Hi, Forestdale Elementary, Ranger Hannah here, and today we are learning about plant parts. Now, I know a lot of us are becoming very familiar with plants, especially since it's spring around Virginia, so we're seeing a lot of new plants sprouting. So let's review some of their parts. Hafsina, I want you to imagine a plant, maybe your favorite plant, and think about where these parts are on that plant. First we're going to start off with petals. Now these are very pretty in color. They're a lot softer. I would like to take a closer look at these petals. What do you notice? Can you notice a pattern in shape or a pattern in where they are on this flower? Valentina, I want you to think about that pattern. Now next, what else is a common part of a plant? If you said leaves, you are right. Leaves are a very common part of a plant. Often green, often coming in many different shapes. Hafsina, what do you notice about the shapes of the plant that I just showed in this picture versus the plants that are right on my screen right here? Do you notice a difference in the shape? Maybe even the pattern? Now, Forestdale first graders, I want you to think about the way that the petals and the leaves are connected. What part of the plant is that? If you said stem, you are right. The plant stem connects the petals and the leaves to the plant. Now I've reviewed some of the plant parts that we can see most often. Now there's some parts of the plant that we can't always see. What about the roots? So here in this photo are the roots of a tree. You can see that these roots are digging into the ground. Now plants need to hold their space and dig into their space, so they use roots to lock in. They also have another very important need. Who remembers where plants get their nutrients? If you said soil, you are right. Now the roots are in the soil absorbing the nutrients, bringing it to the plant. So roots are very important. Now there's another part of the plant that we don't often see. That is the seeds. Now how many of you have been planting before? Maybe you've planted a tomato plant, a flower in a garden. These are seeds that you are planting that then grow into these beautiful plants. So seeds can look something like the seeds you see here in this photo, those brown pieces. They can exist on the plant, helps them regrow each year. They can also look like the seeds that you get from a packet that then you would plant in the ground. So let's go take a look at some of the plant parts that are right around me. I think we'll start in the front yard. Come on, let's go. All right, we're entering the front yard to look at some of the plants we have in the front yard. I think this one's rather pretty. Does anybody remember the name of the pink part of this plant? If you said petal, you're right. What about the green parts of this plant? Yep, those are the leaves. And if you look closely, what is connecting the petals, the leaves, and the entire plant to the ground? That would be the stem. Do you notice a difference between this plant and this plant? What about all of the plants over here? Or the bigger plants? All of these are just in our front yard. Now we also have plants that need less space right now, and those are inside in the sunroom. Let's go check those out. Here we are in the sunroom. So we are inside right now, but we have plants growing. Now these are tomato plants and a zucchini plant. Does anyone have any ideas on why they might be inside right now? Let's check out their parts. So they came from a seed and were planted into these planters. Ooh, do you notice the stem in the leaves? Notice the shape of these leaves versus these leaves. Now the roots. I want you to think about where the roots might be.